me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine.
Welcome to the Greenlight Maine College Series. I'm Julene Gervais. Thanks for joining us. It's amazing what is going on college campuses across Maine. Student entrepreneurs are opening businesses and they're solving problems in their communities. They are change makers, and we have two perfect examples tonight from the University of Maine at Orono and Colby College. But first, let's say hello to our judges. Welcome back, Andrew Silsby. And tonight I'm going to ask you, what was your favorite job?
Well, thanks, Jolene. Not surprising, my favorite job was being a bank teller, and it turned out to be a good job and frankly, a great career. So I'm honored to be on the show tonight.
We're honored to have you. And yes, it did turn out to be a great career for you. Okay, Deb Mills-Scofield, you're up.
So right after school, I went to Bell Labs, which think of like Google X, the R&D labs of Google, where I got paid to play with ideas and test them out.
Nice. And John Zeitler.
Yep. Hi, Julene. Good to be back. Well, I've spent a lot of time at venture stage companies, and kind of my first exposure to a real growth company was way back in the 90s when I worked at AOL, one of the original internet companies. So I had kind of a front row seat to the original sort of internet hockey stick, which was pretty interesting.
Very cool. All right, time for our first pitch. Are you overwhelmed by all the social media platforms? A University of Maine student has a solution for you. Let's watch Bridge Networking.
Hi, my name is Mike Kasavich, and I'm the CTO of Bridge Networking. And I'm going to be talking today a bit about my startup. When we started Bridge, my partners and I were running into the same problem: too many social media platforms. We all juggled a handful of platforms every day, everything from Facebook to LinkedIn to basic email. So this made it a bit daunting when connecting with new people for the first time. Being college students, we will be entering into the job force in our near future, so being able to network efficiently is everything. Unfortunately, without a good way to organize all of our networks and profiles, the networking process has become more and more unclear. So we created Bridge. Bridge is a social media platform aggregate, connecting individuals and companies' social media platforms all in one place. The app itself allows users to create profiles and link as many or as few of these accounts as they want. Isaac, for example, has linked everything from his Facebook to his SoundCloud. His profile is accessible both through the native app and through a web companion, so people who don't already have Bridge can still interact with our users and get connected easier. Users' profiles have a public link which can be shared to their social media bios or through a simple, scannable QR code. With Bridge, it's easier than ever to build your internet identity and share everything in one place. Since our public launch to the App Store 3 months ago, we have gained almost 400 users, many of which have given us great reviews and are using it often. As of now, our place in the market has truly succeeded with college students and young entrepreneurs. But we have begun to expand into a more comprehensive business-to-business model, encouraging companies in our community to gain a greater social media following. The app itself has gone through several phases of UX research testing, and the overall UI has been shaped into an elegant, useful, and simple-to-use system. Everything from signing up to staying connected is built upon the principles of design thinking and human-centered design, with a keen focus on the details. While the current version of the app is free, we're working on a premium user version, allowing users and companies even more features to display their information the best way for them. At our core, Bridge Networking has a strong focus on security, so all of our data is managed through Google. We never ask our users for login information on their other platforms, and we have full transparency about what data we have and give our users total control over what they share. As we grow, we hope to expand our team in Maine to stimulate new jobs in the tech industry. We've already seen great success in Bridge and look forward to what the future holds as we continue to create a cutting-edge network solution.
This is why they call Maine Tech Land now, in addition to Vacation Land. So great job, Mike, and good luck building your team.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Andrew, let's start the questions.
Well, Mike, fantastic presentation, great idea. I particularly like the QR code that you used in your presentation. My question is, does your platform allow for users to post on all of these platforms, or are they just receiving posts that are already on their platforms?
Great question. So for right now, it's a little bit different actually. So the core of it currently is a way to link all of your different social media apps to one place, just like through your actual links, right? So may it be your Facebook link, your LinkedIn link, Snapchat, what have you. These links are almost like aggregated under your account in Bridge, right? So when you meet someone new, it will enable you to share one account, which will then let your friend, whoever, access all of your different socials, right? So you don't exactly post here or get posts in from the other networks. The big thing is really helping you to connect with other people as seamlessly and as easily as possible. And a big segment of that actually is privacy. So we don't really want a lot of traffic that's coming in and out of these other apps, mostly for the security concerns. So a big segment of it for now is really just making sure that we have a really good way to help people share all of their networks in one place.
Next question, Deb.
So great presentation. And you mentioned you've done a lot of work into the UI UX of this. Can you tell me a little bit about the kind of research you did, like A/B testing or other expertise for user interface and experience?
Absolutely, yeah. So we did a pretty extensive survey starting out, talking to, I believe, about 100 people with regards to kind of their concerns with how is it meeting new people during COVID or in general? How is networking, right? And a big segment of that for them was really understanding what the user needed and getting down to the core of what were the pain points and how could we improve upon those. And that went through segments of UX research through A/B testing, like you said, and having people try it out, try screens, try modules, so on, to really get a feel for if it's helpful or if it's something that we should work on more.
Okay, John.
Well, Mike, I want to compliment you on the ambition of this. This is really, the idea of pulling together social media and making sense of it in whatever form you're talking about is a pretty big idea and pretty interesting. I guess my question for you is, who do you see as the primary customer target? Is there an initial audience you have in mind, and then where does it grow from there?
Right. So we have a current user base of about 400 people, and they're mostly students and young entrepreneurs, but we're expanding more so into businesses, restaurants, and companies to really help them to expand their social media presence, which has been shown to actually increase revenue, profit, and feet in the door. So that's really our next big step.
Excellent. I can't wait to try this out. So congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back with our next pitch, so don't go away.
It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Whether you're cutting edge or looking at a traditional industry in a whole new way, if you want to innovate and if you want to grow, if you're an organization here in Maine, we want to support you. We're the Maine Technology Institute.
Eaton Peabody, a Maine-based law firm serving generations of Maine businesses and families from offices in Augusta, Bangor, Brunswick, Ellsworth, and Portland.
Welcome back to the Greenlight Maine College Series. Small business owners often feel alone in their battle to build their businesses. Well, we have one group of students that's looking to change all that. It's called Algee. Have a look.
Hi everybody, my name is Max Siegman and my company is Algee. And Algee was founded on a lesson that my mom taught me when I was a kid, which is that when you have a challenge, when you're faced with some sort of problem in your life, You have to tell everybody that you can about it, because someone out there has a solution and you're not going to find it by staying silent. When I got to college, I realized that small businesses have problems and schools have solutions. And what I mean by that is that colleges and universities represent these giant ecosystems of wealth and knowledge and resources. And yet there's this juxtaposition whereby right down the road from every college or university is a small business that's struggling to keep the lights on. Part of this has to do with the fact that that business might not be in a position to go hire a consulting firm, go hire a marketing firm, go contract a graphic designer. And yet, up the road back at the school, you have students who in a couple of months are going to go work for that consulting firm. You've got future graphic designers, future economics professors, and yet there's no way to currently combine the two sides of that equation and allow them to help each other. That's where Algee comes in. Algee allows that small business to describe a problem that they're facing in the form of a challenge. They simply outline the details of that challenge, select prizes that are going to be awarded to the winner, and craft an invitation to students at their local college or university. Students then log on to their school's Algee dashboard, where they see all of the open challenges in their area and can compete to submit the best solutions. There are two distinct value propositions for these small businesses. First is that there are real problems that need to get solved. In this capacity, Algee functions as a sort of crowdsourced consulting firm for small businesses. I talked to one small business owner whose problem is that he doesn't have a payment processor that works for the sort of products that he sells. He needs someone familiar with computer science to help him to adopt the correct payment processors so that he could start selling products online. This is especially problematic in the world of COVID-19. I talked to another business owner who told me that they need to be able to fit at least 20 additional customers in their restaurant at any given time. In other words, they need someone passionate about design to look at the layout of their restaurant and help to tell them exactly where to put the chairs and tables in a way that's going to be efficient and beautiful and allow them to fit those extra customers into their establishment. These are real problems that are serving as actual barriers to the success of these small businesses. The second value proposition is that Algee is great advertising. The goal of any small business in a college town is to attract the students of that university into your establishment. Some businesses are looking at Algee as a unique way of engaging with their customers. In this sense, some of the challenges are taking the form of, here's a list of ingredients. Whoever designs the best sandwich is going to be the sandwich of the month, and it's going to go on the menu. In other words, they're viewing this as a sort of marketing play and a way of attracting students into their establishment. Ultimately, there's so few products and services that are actually designed for small businesses. At the same time, the goal of every college and university is to prepare students to solve real-world problems. Algee allows students to get this real-world experience while they're still in school and do it in a way that actually benefits the people who need it the most.
Your mom is one smart cookie. I like the way she thinks. Okay, John, go for it.
Max, really interesting stuff. I think anyone that has had projects for interns and other similar things can sort of relate immediately to what you're talking about. Can you tell me a little bit more about your business model? What's the economic model behind this?
Yeah, absolutely. So as of now, the plan is to roll out the platform for free for schools. And then once the platform reaches a critical mass of users, I think it would be really interesting to introduce some non-intrusive advertising. And what I mean by that is that a larger company that maybe isn't in the community of a college or university could pay to post their challenge on the platform, which could then go to the entire Algee ecosystem. So the reason I say it's non-intrusive is because the challenge is real, the solutions are real, the participants are real, the company just paid to have their challenge posted on there.
Good answer, Deb.
So as you look at growing this, are you looking at like local chambers of commerce or rotaries or whatever the thing is to be able to get a bunch of small business owners in a town or small city at once?
Yeah, absolutely. And part of what I love about the model is there's a certain degree of built-in virality to it, because I think for a lot of small businesses that belong to a chamber of commerce or something like a Main Street union, it's sort of perfect because everyone wants to be a part of it. When they hear about it, it's a way to easily get their name out there, especially being that they're in a college town. They want to be able to promote their business to college students. So yeah, absolutely.
Nice networking system. Andrew.
Max, I really like this concept of crowdsourced problem solving. I think it's a great idea. My question to you is, what's in it for the student? I mean, I know you talked about the prizes, but why would the students want to invest in solving a problem for a local business?
Yeah, so I think there's two things. First is that what I don't want the platform to become is I don't want it to be a sort of freelancing service. I don't want it to be a situation where students are attempting to be contracted by these businesses and paid cash for services, because I think the beauty of the platform itself is that these are businesses and organizations that the student is familiar with. These are shops and restaurants on Main Street at their college. So that's the first thing, is that these are businesses that they're actually going to want to use that gift card or that store credit towards. The second thing is that I think the challenges lend themselves to things that people are passionate about. If you're passionate about graphic design, you're going to want to take part in that logo contest because, one, you enjoy it, and two, because you want to put your skills to the test and see, can I design the best logo? Can my logo win?
Great answer.
Okay, we have time for one more question, John.
Yeah, Max, have you talked to schools about how much is this a partnership with schools versus you just going out there and drumming up students to participate?
Yeah, so right now my main focus is getting the platform ready to launch just at Colby. I think that it just makes sense as a first step. My plan in the future is to reach out directly to the school and try to see, can I get the school to agree to this, and then from there go and basically curate the challenges based on where they're located geographically. I think eventually it would be awesome to reverse engineer that process and allow the businesses to post that Algee platform onto their website. But it's obviously not quite there yet.
Nice. Well, Colby College and the whole Central Maine area is lucky to have you. So thank you so much, Max. And we need to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from our judges, so don't go away.
Running a small business here in Maine is personal. At Kennebec Savings Bank, you'll work with local people who are just as invested in your success as you are. Every one of us. Experience the difference at Kennebec Savings Bank today.
ARB's advisors are providing savvy solutions to Greenlight Maine startups, closely held businesses, and organizations that operate internationally. And we're doing it the way you'd want Mainers to, guided by our local, sensible values.
It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Welcome back to the Greenlight Maine College Series. It's the moment in our show where we get to hear what the judges think of these two amazing students. So let's kick off the comments with you, Deb.
Thanks, Julene. As I look at these two, the bridge networking, there's an obvious need for that. There have been some solutions that have been tried. He's got the heart for wanting to be in Maine. There's some obstacles for whether he can really extract a value at a premium pricing and what that would be. And I think there's some opportunities there. As I look at the Algee, I think it's interesting, but I think there's maybe something with the type of schools. So bigger schools tend to have programs in place to reach out in various ways to the local community. It might be more appropriate for smaller schools who don't have that and need that as a way to attract kids to want to come there. So I'm really kind of torn between the two, and where the future of higher ed goes as well ties directly into the Algee platform.
Well, and I definitely think that Bridge Network is onto a great idea. Ultimately, the question will be for me is the aggregation piece. I got stuck a little bit understanding that he was not necessarily aggregating all those social media posts and instead just sharing out links a little bit. So, the Algee solution to me, I think is just a wonderful idea of taking the intellect at college campuses and getting it into small business. In the off-camera section, we ended up chatting a little bit about how the schools really encourage that in their mission statements, talk about giving back to the community, and I think that's a win.
Yeah, Andrew, I think we're headed in the same direction. I feel the same way about Algee. I could see the need, and I think it's a really interesting thing to explore. Understanding, Deb, that your point about school to school, it might be different, which I agree with as well. But I really like the focus. Boy, bridge networking is such a big idea potentially, but there are two sides to that coin. There's the opportunity there, but then it's also a big challenge to try to do better at what a lot of people have sort of looked at doing and make it more convenient. And actually, he's made an impressive start on it, and the upside is sort of endless, but there's that challenge up front.
Well, and I see, like with Bridge, I think it's really attractive for younger kids who are on multiple platforms. I can tell you, I'm not going to share my Facebook or Instagram or whatever. I want to keep those pretty heavily controlled and private. And then as I look at Algee, I just think it's a great opportunity, but it is going to be an incredibly hard sale. And the places where he could sell that to, the types of schools, are ones that, some of which are already struggling. Colby, Bates, Bowdoin, they have stuff in place to do a lot of this already. Maybe not at the same scale, but I just think his road is challenging from a scalability standpoint.
Well, Julene, we got a tough decision.
Yes, I mean, it's always tough, right? But I think in this case, you could make a case either way. So we're going to give you a little bit of time and take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have our inspiring Mainer. So don't go away.
What's the single most important thing you can do to help your business show up higher on Google? Claiming your Google My Business page, which is your web presence on the world's largest search engine. Google My Business is a free and easy to use tool for businesses and organizations to manage their online presence across Google, including search and maps. To help customers find your business and tell them your story, you can verify your business page and edit business information. Be sure to add photos, updated hours of operation, and content that's optimized for search in your profile.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. As part of the college series, we're talking to all of the colleges and universities across Maine, and I'm so delighted to welcome Laurie Lachance, who is the president of Thomas College. Thank you so much for being here, Laurie.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
You have done so much for entrepreneurism on campus and throughout Maine. Can you just talk about what is top of mind to you?
I tell you, I think entrepreneurism is the secret sauce we're going to need. It's always been a part of our history, and it's definitely going to be part of our future as a state. And so it's very exciting to be able to help shape young people as they launch their career.
Absolutely. We're all entrepreneurs in some way, shape, or form, aren't we?
Yeah, we absolutely are.
How about campus right now? You have a lot going on with student innovation. Tell us about that.
We do. We've been blessed by investments by both the Alfond Foundation and the Lunder Foundation. So we have two innovation centers on our campus, one based in business and the other on education. And it's been a wonderful opportunity for our students to explore earning credentials of value in their field, in developing skills, and in actually practicing the entrepreneurial cycle to give them some confidence that they could actually do this if they wanted to.
Absolutely. And you have something that's called the triple threat.
We do. We've been developing a very rich array of offerings for our professional and career development for our students. And the one we're launching in earnest this fall is called the Triple Threat. And that means that every one of our graduates will have the opportunity to have a very high-end internship, to earn a credential of value that would be meaningful in whatever industry they go into, and to take part in the President's Innovation Challenge. It will give them a chance to work in a long-term service project with a local employer to try to solve a problem out there in our community or in our economy.
Excellent. And I also know you worked on or are working on the Governor's Economic Recovery Committee. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with that?
Sure. Well, we completed our work at the end of November, but the Economic Recovery Committee was challenged with building a bridge. So when we got done this pandemic, we got safely to the other side, that there would be a path to catalyze growth to get us back on track for that long-term 10-year vision that so many people put time and effort into. It was a very exciting effort.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all you do to support Greenlight Maine, and come back and see us again.
Well, congratulations to you.
Great. All right, we'll be right back after this with today's winner, so don't go away.
For over 25 years, Kennebec Savings Bank has hired 10% of its workforce through our college internship program. Many of those early college interns are in leadership positions at the bank today. Experience the difference at the bank that invests in its future.
Through their efforts to support Maine entrepreneurs who are growing our economy, Greenlight Maine is making our state a better place to start and operate a business. For these efforts and the creation of a robust entrepreneurial ecosystem, the Harold Alfond Institute for Business Innovation at Thomas College is proud to be a sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Welcome back to the Greenlight Maine College Series. Our judges thought long and hard about this decision tonight. Is it going to be Bridge Networking or Algee? On the count of three, show us the winner. 3, 2, 1. That means Algee is today's winner and is moving on in the competition. Congratulations, Max. Outstanding job. How you feeling?
Feels great. Thank you very much. I had a great time. I loved having an opportunity to talk with you all about Algee, and I really appreciate you voting me to the next round.
And that's a wrap for us. We will be back next week with 2 more outstanding college students, so please join us. And in the meantime, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We have a lot of resources for yourself, or if you know somebody starting a business, on our website. So please go to greenlightmaine.com, and you can also see all of our episodes there in case you missed one. You have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night.